Hi teachers, in this video we'll discuss how to calculate the resultant forces. The general rule that we follow while calculating the resultant forces is if we have to add the two forces, then they have to be in the same direction. If we have to subtract the two forces, then the two forces should be in the opposite direction. So all forces which are acting in the same direction will be added. All forces which are in the opposite direction will be subtracted. Now let us see this with the help of an example. So here we'll start with the first one here. In this question given there are two forces 4 Newton and 10 Newton which are acting in the opposite direction. So if they are acting in the opposite direction, we have to subtract the forces. Now in order to subtract, first I will choose any one force as F1 and other one as F2. Now I am choosing 4 Newton as F1, 10 Newton as F2. So according to this convention, the resultant force will be F1 minus F2 because my second force is opposite with respect to the first one. That is why I am subtracting the second force. So that will be equal to 4 minus 10 Newton, which will be equal to minus 6 Newton, which means that the resultant force is opposite to the direction of my F1 here. That is why I have got a minus sign here. It can also be interpreted as 6 Newton is the resultant force, which is in opposite direction of F1, that is 4 Newton force. This can also be written as 6 Newton towards right. Both are correct. Now, what happens if I choose 10 Newton as F1 and 4 Newton as F2? That is the second choice, which is also correct, second method. Or we can take F1 is equal to 10 Newton and F2 is equal to 4 Newton. So according to this, the resultant force will be equal to F1 minus F2 because my first force is 10 Newton. This is my reference. So 4 Newton is opposite to my reference force. Hence, I am subtracting the second force here because it is in the opposite direction to my reference force. So that will be 10 minus 4 Newton, which is equal to 6 Newton. In this case, we are getting a positive sign indicating that the resultant force will be along my reference force here, which is the first one, 10 Newton. So here it can be written as 6 Newton towards right. So in both the cases, we will get the correct answer, but interpretation is what matters, how we interpret. This negative sign has to be interpreted properly. It purely depends on what is our reference force, and with respect to the chosen reference force, we interpret the resultant force. Okay. Similarly, you can try for other ones. As one more example here, the second one, we have 10 Newton and 10 Newton, equal forces which are in the opposite direction. So here what happens, again 10 Newton will be my reference force. With respect to this, the other 10 Newton is in the opposite direction. So 10 minus 10 will be resultant force is 0. So here we say that the object is standing still. That means no force is great enough to move the object. Both are getting cancelled and hence the object stands still or it remains stationary. It doesn't move. In the first case, it just means that 10 Newton force is the greater one, which is applying more force, and hence the object will be moving along 10 Newton force. Now moving on to a statement numerical here. Let us see how to solve this. Here in the question it is given that the three forces 80 Newton, 100 Newton and 30 Newton are acting on an object provided that 30 Newton is in the opposite direction. Here they have not mentioned the diagram. So we will interpret this question in the form of a diagram first. Let us consider this as an object and 80 Newton force is acting in along right side. I can even show it left side because here they have not mentioned the direction of these two forces, and one more force is 100 Newton, but they have told 30 Newton is opposite to these two, so I will show 30 Newton towards the left hand side. Okay, now this diagram can also be drawn in the other form, like this is the object, 80 Newton is acting in this direction, 100 Newton is acting in this direction, opposite to these two is 30 Newton. So both can be considered correct. Now in order to calculate the resultant force here, the general rule that we apply is, here two forces are acting in the same direction and one force is acting in the opposite direction. So because 80 Newton and 100 Newton are acting in the same direction, we have to add these two forces. Now before this, if I call 80 Newton as F1, 100 Newton as F2 and 30 Newton as F3. So my resultant force will be, F1 plus F2 minus F3, because F3 is in the opposite direction of these two forces here. So that will be equal to F1 plus F2 is 80 plus 100 minus 30, that will be equal to 150 Newton. Now we have to mention the direction because force is a vector quantity. So here, in order to determine the direction, we have to see which is the greater force. Naturally 100 Newton is the greater force, and here we are getting 150 Newton towards the right hand side. So we can write 150 Newton towards right, because more force is exerted on the right hand side and lesser force is exerted on the left hand side. Hence the resultant force will be towards the right hand side. Even if we calculate using this method, the only difference we will be getting is it will still be 150 Newton, but instead of right hand side like this, it will be 150 Newton towards left, because more force is exerted on the left hand side. That's the only difference. So with respect to the diagram, here we are determining the direction. I hope it is clear. Any doubt, you can please feel free to ask or post your messages in the group. Thank you all.